Hello everyone. Welcome to Immortalize. I'm Immortalize. Today, I want to talk about a special topic, loneliness. Have you ever felt lonely? The feeling of thinking alone at night, surrounded by silence so loud it seems like you can hear your own heartbeat. Maybe you're currently going through life's hardships, feeling anxious, even feeling isolated from the world. But don't you know, loneliness doesn't have to be bad. Throughout history, many great thinkers and strong figures have drawn wisdom and strength from loneliness. Today, let's explore the wisdom of the hidden ones and see how loneliness can help us become true thinkers and life-strong warriors. Loneliness is often misunderstood as a negative emotion, but in philosophy and history, it's actually the starting point for many great thinkers. Socrates once thought alone on the streets of Athens, challenging the societal views. Nietzsche lived in the Alps and wrote, "Thus spoke Zarathustra," chose to live alone on the shores of Walden Lake, reflecting on the relationship between humans and nature. These hidden ones tell us that loneliness isn't isolation, but a deep self-dialogue. Gives us the chance to stop, listen to our inner voice, and think about the most important questions. So, if you're currently going through loneliness or feeling the pressure of life, don't be afraid. Today, we'll explore how to turn loneliness into power and how to find direction in thought. First, let's discuss the essence of loneliness. Loneliness doesn't equal isolation. Isolation is external. Maybe you're in a crowd but feel isolated. Loneliness is internal. It's a choice, a capacity to be alone. Goethe once said, "Only in solitude can one become truly oneself." Why? Because when alone, we escape the noise and expectations of the outside world and can truly face our inner self. For those of us in our 20s and 40s, life is full of challenges, work, studies, relationships, even inner anxiety. But loneliness can become your shelter. Imagine, when you turn off your phone, step away from social media, and calmly feel your own breath, you'll discover that loneliness gives you the chance to reorganize your thoughts and find your true direction. More importantly, loneliness is the cradle of thinkers. Philosophers are often lonely because deep thinking requires quiet environments. Aristotle once said, "Philosophy begins with wonder, and wonder often happens when we face the world alone." When you're alone, you begin to ask deeper questions. Why am I here? What is my goal? These questions may make you feel uneasy, but they also bring you closer to the truth. So, when you feel lonely, don't rush to escape. Try to embrace it, ask yourself a question, and calmly think. Loneliness won't make you weaker, it will make you stronger. Next, let's look at how loneliness shapes thinkers. Many philosophers chose to live in seclusion because they knew that only in solitude could they hear their most genuine voice. Nietzsche is a classic example. At the age of 30, he chose to live alone, far from people, and write in the mountains. He once said, "I need solitude, meaning I need to restore myself, to return to myself." Exactly this solitude helped him write the world-changing works. Perhaps you'll say, "I'm not Nietzsche, I'm just a common person." But you know, we all can find wisdom in loneliness. You don't need to live in the mountains. Just give yourself some time for solitude. Try to spend 10 minutes a day, turn off your phone, find a quiet place, and write down your thoughts. You'll be surprised to find that loneliness will make you more aware of yourself and your thoughts will become clearer. Philosopher Sartre once said, "Existence precedes essence." This means our meaning isn't given, it's created through our choices and thoughts. Loneliness is the best time to define ourselves. When you face yourself alone, you start to think, what do I truly want? How should I face life's challenges? These thoughts will make you stronger and more direction-oriented. So, loneliness isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. It teaches you how to think, how to face yourself, and how to find the meaning of life. If you're going through hardship and anxiety, try using loneliness to heal yourself. You'll discover that you're much stronger than you think. Now, let's talk about how to draw strength from loneliness. Loneliness not only makes us thinkers, but also makes us strong in life. The representative of the Stoic school, Seneca, once said, "True peace comes from within, not from outside." When you learn to live with loneliness, you'll discover that the outside world can't easily disturb you. For those of us in our 20s and 40s, life may be full of uncertainty, unemployment, heartbreak, anxiety, even confusion. But loneliness can help you find your inner anchor. When you feel helpless, try to calm down and ask yourself, what can I control? What can I change? Stoic philosophy tells us that true strength isn't about changing the outside world, but about changing how we view things. Loneliness also helps us learn to accept ourselves. We often fear loneliness because we fear our imperfections. But philosopher Zuzek once said, "The meaning of life is to be yourself." When you learn to accept your fragility, you'll realize that loneliness isn't a burden, It's an emancipation. So, if you're currently feeling anxious or struggling with life, try giving yourself some time for solitude. Write down your feelings, think about your goals, or just quietly feel your existence. You'll discover that loneliness makes you braver and stronger. This video ends here. Loneliness isn't our enemy, it's our friend, our teacher. It makes us true thinkers and strong in life. If you're going through hardship and anxiety, I hope you can find strength in loneliness. Remember, you're not alone, you have yourself, and that's the strongest power. If you like today's content, please like, subscribe to our channel, and join us in exploring the wisdom of philosophy. If you have any thoughts or experiences, feel free to share them in the comments. See you next time.